What does this mean? Stay tuned and you're going to find out. You're wondering, what's with the video with me holding the change? Well, this video is going to be about what I call bare bones budgeting. The other day, my husband had to get his work van fixed, and it cost $1,500. That's a lot of pocket change. So what we do every once in a while when we have a large item or a large expense, then we go on what we call a bare budget, bare bones budgeting. That means we don't spend on anything, absolutely nothing that we have to, until we make up that money that we lost. So today I'm going to show you one way I do my bare bone budgeting, and that's making soup. Come follow me and I'm going to show you how I... Okay, so what my bare bones budget is making soup. Soup is something that you can make that is really frugal. And what I do is I go in my freezer. I have one freezer that I use, and I take out every kind of vegetable that I can find. And so what we're going to do is I have some frozen carrots. This is the kind of soup that you're going to have simmering for a couple hours. I put it on low for a couple hours. And here is a mix of mixed vegetables. I'm going to throw this in also. And with bare bones budgeting, it's basically using up what's in your pantry, or what's in your cupboards and what's in your freezers. Here's a pack of green beans that I found, so we're going to throw them in. And when I make a pot of soup, I make at least 4 gallons of it. So I make a large batch, and then what I can do is, sometimes I can it, but usually I don't can it. This one has some celery and some carrots in it. And when you make soup like this, it doesn't matter if it's a little freezer burnt. None of my stuff's that much freezer burnt, but I mean, if it's been in the freezer a while, that's okay, it won't hurt. Because when you're making soup, that it all seems to, the flavor seems to all go together. And I did get one of these beef broths, because I am going to be canning some onions here in this weekend, but I want to use one of these. I'm going to put 1 quart of beef broth in it. I don't use a recipe. My staple recipes that I use, I don't use, it's not written down anywhere. This is kind of what you call the dump cooking. You just dump everything in. And here I found a pack of peas, so we're going to use my peas. I'm going to put that in, and it's starting to look really, really good. And you all know that I made turkey the other day, so I'm going to use turkey in my soup instead of ground beef. With bare bones budgeting, ground beef is oftentimes really expensive, and it's pretty much out of the question. So we use whatever we can find, and I'm going to put some of my canned tomatoes in, and they smell really good. Somebody asked me how I know what cans to use first. That's really easy, because all of my jars are labeled for the year. I label what they are and what year they were made. Very good. See how easy it is to make this? Boy, these lids are really on tight. Okay. Really good. I'm going to light my... Okay. And somebody gifted me a can of potatoes. I've never had store-bought can of potatoes before, but I'm going to open them up and see if I like them or not. And then I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. I'll pan my camera. And that's what my soup looks like. I have a head of cabbage, so I'm going to put a little cabbage in it yet. And probably put some potatoes in it. And of course the turkey. So if you want to really, really cut back on your spending, you make soup. Soups and stews are really good to make for that. And then I have a little bit of homemade bread that I got out of the freezer. And some homemade butter. And we have a meal. Chilies are good to do too, and you don't have to put ground beef in your chili. You can have your chili without any meat, or you can have your chili with turkey or with chicken. So the total cost of this meal was pretty much the 99 cents for the beef broth, and there might have been another $1 in here. One of the packs was not my home raised, Everything else is home raised. My seeds were free. So basically it's my time into the garden. But this is pretty much free eating. And I hope this bare bones budget helps you guys out a little bit. I'm going to do a whole bunch of them. When you pay everything with cash, it can make you really low in cash for a little bit when you have an expensive item like we did just the other day. So that means there's no cash to buy anything else until we get that cash all back up to where we want it to be. We have a balance that we like to keep no matter what. So if an emergency comes around, then that means we just got to bear down until we get that balance back up again. And I hope this helps you out, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.